math class. So today we are talking about finding the area of a square. So if you remember, when we talk about areas, we say the area is broken into square units, whether it be square inches or square feet, square yards, square miles. No matter what the measurement or the unit of measurement is, they're going to be perfect little squares, okay? So when we find the area of a square, our formula for finding the area of the square is, square up here, area equals side times side. Or another way to write that is area equals side. Now remember, it's square units, so side squared. When we write a little 2 at the top of a number or a letter, that means squared. So that 2, if we were reading that, we would say area equals S squared, okay? So if our measurement for our square was 5 units, they're not telling us right now whether it's inches or feet or yards, our formula would be area equals side squared. I put SS, side squared. So our unit was 5. So area equals side squared, or S times S. They equal the same thing. When you square a number, you just multiply it by itself. Side times side. If the side is 5, then it would be 5 times 5. If the side was 10 units, then it would be 10 times 10. If the side was 25 units, then it would be 25 times 25. That would be the same as 25 squared, 10 squared, 5 squared. 5 times 5 is the same as 5 squared. So the area equals 25 square, remember you must have that on areas, 25 square units. Okay, so that is how we find the area of a square. We take the side and we square it, okay? So let's look at a little bit more. So the area of a square, everybody say side squared. Go ahead and say it. Your parents don't mind if you say side squared. Side squared. So if the side is 9, I would find the area by squaring 9. 9 times 9. It would be 9 squared. 9 squared equals 9 times 9, which equals 81. If the side was 8, I would say 8 squared. 8 squared equals 8 times 8, which equals 64. If the area was 10 units, I would say 10 squared. 10 squared equals 10 times 10, which equals 100. Okay, y'all with me? If the area was 12 units, it'd be 12 squared, which would be 12 times 12, which equals 144. Now, I left off something. What did I leave off of 81, 64, 100, and 144? We were finding areas. Okay, so it should be square units. Square units. I was really mostly just trying to show you how to square the numbers. But if we were using it as areas, then it would have to be square units, than whatever the unit of measurement is. Okay, if the unit was 100 for our square, our unit of measure, then it would be 100 squared. So it would be 100 times 100, which would be 1 and 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it would be 1,000 square units. Okay? Pretty cool. And we're going to learn more about squares and even square roots tomorrow. It's pretty cool. All right, so go ahead and look in your math book on page 263. And we're going to do some of this together. So section 1, letter A, says Mr. Thomas is planting grass in the front yard. His yard is a square that is 30 feet on each side. How many square feet of grass must he plant? So if it's 30 feet on each side, area equals side squared. So area equals 30 squared. 30 squared would be 30 times 30. So I'm just going to multiply my 3 times 3 is 9. Bring my 2 zeros. So it'd be 900 square units. Pretty cool? Go ahead and look at section 2. Find the areas of squares with these dimensions. So for letter A, we have, let's write our dimensions first. What does it say? 9.3 feet. Okay, so we're going to say, oh, and they gave us feet? So we're going to say area equals 9.3 squared. I'm going to do this one though. Area equals 9.3 times 9.3. On this one, it would just be easier to do it that way. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. Put our 0 down. 3 times 9 is 27. Put 7 down, carry the 2. 9 times 9 is 81. Plus 2 is 83. We have 9, 14, 6, and 8. We bring it over 2 decimal places. So we have 86.49 square feet. Okay? So side times side, or side squared. Look at letter B. The area of a square, the side equals 18 feet. So we can think of it as 18 squared, but I can't square 18 in my head. So I'm going to go ahead and say side equals 18 times 18. 8 times 8 is 64. Put 4 down, carry the 6. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 6 is 14. Put a 0 down. 8 and 1 times 1 is, wait a minute, I had to carry something. 8 times, oh I did. 8 times 1 is 8 and 1. Add up our partial products. We have 4, 12, 324 square. Our unit of measurement is feet. Okay? In letter C, we have a square, and the sides are 1.5 yards. Yards. So we're going to say area equals side times side. Area equals 1.5 times 1.5. Area equals 1 times 2 is 2, plus 1 is 3. 3 halves times 3 halves again, it hasn't changed. Area equals 9 over 4. Area equals 2 1/4 square yards. Remember, I had 9/4, so I took my improper fraction and turned it into a mixed number. All right? Look at section 3. Find the areas of rectangles with these dimensions. So these are areas of rectangles. So the areas of rectangles is length times our width. Okay? So we're going to do a couple of them together. So we have 214 yards times 209 yards. Okay? And this is a rectangle. 9 times 4 is 36. Put 6 down, carry your 3. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 3 is 12. Put 2 down, carry your 1. 9 times 2 is 18, 19. 0 in the ones place. I'll go ahead and put a 0 in the tens place. 4 times 2 is 8. 1 times 2 is 2, and 2 times 2 is 4. Add up your partial products. And we have 44,726. We're finding areas, square, and this was yards, a square yards. Okay, so you're just going to multiply there. Letter B, the length is 6 foot, the width is 4 foot. Area equals length times width. 6 times 4 is 24, so it's 24 square feet. Letter C, the length is 9 yards, the width is 5 yards. Area of a rectangle is length times width. 9 times 5 is 45 square yards, okay? Remember, you have to have the square in there. Turn to the back side. You have perimeters of a square. So to find the perimeter of the square, it's 4 times the side. So it'll be 3.5 times 4 to find our perimeter of a square. Here's our square. Perimeter equals 4 times the side. And the side is 3.5 feet times 4. Turn it into an improper fraction. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 7 halves times 4 over 1. 2 goes into 2 1 time. 2 goes into 4 2 times. So it equals 14 feet. It's not square feet because we're finding perimeter and not area now. Letter B, we are finding the perimeter of a triangle. Triangles are side plus side plus side equals perimeter. So one side is 9 feet, another side is 8 feet, and the last side is 15 feet. These are all foots. Y'all like that? Foots. So 9 and 8 is 17. 17 and 15 is 32 feet. Perimeter equals 32 feet of that triangle. And then our rectangle, we have 25 feet and we have 13 feet. So the perimeter of a rectangle is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. So perimeter equals 2 times 25 plus 2 times 13. So perimeter equals 50 plus 26 equals 76, and these were feet. And that is of our rectangle. Okay? Alright, so the rest of your paper will be done on your, or the rest of your work will be completed on your interactive worksheet. So you guys have a great day.